This GSI Football Spotlight brought to you by Uncle D's Sports Bar and Grill. Uncle D's, it's where your friends are.
Tough, bitter loss. Kids played hard, had a great heart. One of the fondest years I'll ever remember to be associated with those seniors and what they meant to us and our program. And, you know, to play outstanding football like we did. Tough day for anybody to have any kind of offense, just as windy as it was. We had the explosion of early points. Certainly we had some things that we left out there, you know, but, you know, they did too. You know, just to got out quick. You know, you really want to point to a pivotal part of the game. The head coach faked the punt up 22-7, punting into the wind. Felt maybe like it was going to be a shorter punt. Was a little nervous about that. I felt like the fake was there, and you know, he almost slips it. If he slips it, it's a genius call. Instead, it's a stupid call, and they score, and then we get back in the ball game. So that type of game has a lot of ebb and flow. You know, I knew AD was going to kick the field goal down 29-27 because he got questioned so much, not doing it before. And, you know, and they missed it. So now everybody's probably thinking he should have went for it. And that's just the way it is. But, you know, they made enough plays to win it. They got a great football team. I think we got a very good football team, too. It's a shame the way D2 set up regionalization because I'm not so sure my double A's could be scattered to the four corners and up playing later. You know, it's gut-wrenching, you know, just to have to lose this game. I think the frustration is to win such a big game 2 weeks ago and the cruel twist of fate to have to come back 2 weeks later, have to answer the bell and do it again, and to start like we did, to get on to it like that. And it's just very difficult to beat a team twice in 1 year. Very, very difficult. I know Northwest beat us last year twice, but I think they were a great, great football team. And that kid named Baker made play after play after play at pivotal moments. So proud of our guys. They've got nothing to hang their hats on. This isn't a failure. This isn't a end of the world thing. It is a football game, and Missouri Western will certainly be back next year with our huge senior class. Questions?
Okay. Anybody?
Coach, can you talk about just the overall emotion of this whole day, especially as you kind of stood there on the field and tried to maybe wrap your head around what a wild back and forth game this was?
Well, it's like the last game. I mean, the same things that they're having to deal with in that loss. I mean, that's just, you know, unless you've been in this arena and you have to step up there and be the person that has to slug it out and make decisions and make the plays, it's hard to understand. You know, when you have a great game, there's going to be a tough loser and tough winner. I sat there and listened to the Staley Lee Summit West game on my radio last night thinking, you know, they're in about 4 overtimes. It's 736 to 730 or whatever it was, 76 to 70. And just sitting there thinking, my gosh, one of these poor teams is going to be done. And I think it was two very good football teams battling out and you know, the turnovers. Of course, you know, I think we had 2 turnovers maybe, and I think they had 3, two defensive scores in the game. And we just never could. I thought their defense played great. They really did a great job of taking away what we do. Certainly the windy day was affecting a lot of passing plays today, you know, on both sides of the ball.
What did they do? Did you notice the second half to open up the run game? Looked like they were having trouble keying on some of the zone reads and with Adams and Franklin.
Us, you mean?
Yeah, I mean.
We missed tackles. Really poor job tackling a couple times. Won the run. We had several kids on him and missed it. And then, you know, he shook David Bass one time. We were in a man thing, and he shook it. Real pivotal play was we have him on 3rd and extra long, and we roughed the passer. I'm anxious to watch that on film.
Ben, can you talk about the early momentum the defense created? Did it almost seem like it happened too fast? I mean, you guys look up, you're up 16, but really only 3.5 minutes had gone off the clock.
No, I don't think it happened too fast at all. I think defense came out ready to play. I think we did an excellent job this week of practicing and studying everything that they were going to do, and I think we actually came out and just hit on all cylinders like we were supposed to do.
Michael, what did you notice about how they were able to take out the run game, and how much did that affect your offense today?
They've always been able to stop the run. I mean, it's tough to get even close to 50 yards on them. I mean, I don't know, man. It's tough.
Coach, did you see the parallels from last year's playoff game to this one? I mean, last year up 17.5, this year up 15. You know, this year Taylor Pierce has a big play late. I mean, it just seemed like a lot of similar things happening.
Taylor Pierce's play this wasn't a circus catch this time. Last time he pinned it on his helmet or whatever he did. But, you know, reverse pass, we're just being a little bit over-aggressive. We just missed a few tackles on some of those bigger plays like that one. The roughing the passer, we missed a tackle. But, you know, you got to give credit to them. They ran the quarterback draw pretty effectively. That hurt us a lot at times. I thought Adams just kind of converting, getting up in there. And I say I'm anxious to watch the film. You know, I'm not necessarily totally anxious. I don't want to see what I think I'm going to see. But you got to be smarter. You know, it's when you're the loser of this kind of game, you're going to find all the little ifs and whats. And when you win the game, you're fortunate and you know it. And we felt fortunate 2 weeks ago, and they were looking at all the missed opportunities, and it just kind of flipped the stage this time. So, but you know they did. You know, they did what they had to do at big moments, and we just didn't quite make enough plays.
How crucial was the moment whenever they kicked the ball out of the back of the end zone to get it at the one and don't come away with anything?
Yeah, and you know, hindsight, I'd do that one every time. You know, I knew the rule because we did it once back in '03 or something. I had a kid kick one out of the end zone like that and get Central Missouri the ball right there to one. We held them to a field goal then, but I knew that was what I was. You know, and honestly, we thought it was on the 2. So if we'd have known it was we probably should have burned a timeout and ran quarterback sneak, and we'd have gone in there. And so that might have been, honestly, that might have been the game right there. You know, we were going to probably put them away at that point. We just didn't do it. And it has nothing to do with this number 22. I wouldn't trade number 22 for anybody in America. So he better not be even thinking that.
Travis, just what did you notice on the last sack play that they were able to go ahead on?
On the what?
On the sack play where they were able to go ahead on with the defensive touchdown.
It was a run, actually. It was a design run. It was a low snap.
It was a low snap, and it was a low snap, and I picked it up, and I got hit and fumble. I'm not gonna make any excuses. They played better than us today offensively. They're a good defense. We knew that coming in because we played them 2 weeks ago. It's one of those things where you have to be man enough to say, okay, we got beat today, and we're gonna go get in the film next week and recharge for next year.
How much did their blitz kind of take you out of what you wanted to do, and how was it different from the first time? Were you able to escape a lot of those?
I mean, they didn't do too much different. They're a good football team. They have athletes. They have good athletes. And I broke a couple tackles last week, and then they made the tackles this week. I mean, it's one of those things where they knew what we were going to do, and we knew what they were going to do. They were just better at it today.
Coach, third playoff trip, you've never coached scared in these playoff games. This is now a special teams gamble. You know, maybe had an effect on the outcome. You know, was any of that going through your mind?
You talking about the Midwestern surprise onside?
Yeah.
No, I wish I'd have thought about that. God, dang it, Ross, you've been right there with me. Yeah, I forgot about that. Why'd you do that? Yeah, that's the thing. All 3 playoff games are pretty parallel. We had bigger and we had double-digit leads in all 3 of them, and just haven't been able to close a deal on offense or defense. But you know, it looked like a gamble, but I was really, really genuinely concerned about. It was pretty gusty, and I was worried about punting them to win at that point. And I thought, you know what, we might get about a 20-yard punt. You know, Northwest offense, they get 21 play, so it was worth the shot. And I got a feeling a kid rolled out of a block, and because I think Reggie's through. I really, when it first popped, I thought he's gone, and this one kid came out of the blue and made the play. And you know, I mean, you live by the sword, die by the sword. We made some plays with that thing, and you know, Northwest did the same thing last year, 17-0. If that fails, you know, and we're in the right thing, then they lose probably, and it worked that day. So,
Greg, can you talk about your experience this year? You hit 3 more 50-plus, as far as we can tell, break an NCAA all-level record for 50-yard field goals in a season. Can you just talk about what it was like to play for this team and to contribute the way you did down the stretch?
It was great, you know, having my old school toss us out and then being welcome here. I mean, every one of the guys in the locker room and all the coaches have really brought everyone in and made us all feel at home, you know. It's just a great place to be, and I wish I had more eligibility to play here because I really like it, and, you know, they're going to do great things in the future.
Coach, how impressive was your front seven for most of the day? They were put in a lot of tough situations, but they forced the #1 scoring offense in the nation to several 3-and-outs.
I don't want to say too much because I'm not sure we played as good as you're saying. They popped some runs I'm really disappointed in. I don't know until I watch film. This is a basketball or baseball. You got 11 on 11 out there, so to really tell what happened, you don't know for sure. But I'd like to see us get more pressure on him. I don't think we got the heat and made the big plays and sacks. We need to make it big, crucial moments. And I do want to talk about Greg. Greg and every one of these guys, I'm sure, feel the same way. What a great addition to our football program he was. He's just a great kicker and first-class kid. And I can't wait to watch him on Sundays because I think it'll happen. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Just how
have the ball at 41 with like 3 minutes left. But could you ask for a better situation?
No, you couldn't. But we moved the chains and got a holding penalty, and so I'm anxious to watch.
For the players, I know it stings now, but can you just talk about this run this season? Every year this team makes steps, and just to finish the regular season like you did, and to make this huge leap to this point, and how that.
I think we got better every single week. I mean, we started off 2-2. Everyone was doubting us, and it just every week we got better and better. It just didn't stop, and great players on offense and defense. We had a good run, and just got to finish.
Yeah, I think we're right on the verge. I mean, we're returning a lot of guys next year on both sides of the football. It's just the little things like Coach was saying. We're right on the verge. I mean, if I stay back on that, reverse pass, things might go a whole different way. So I'm just saying it's 1 or 2 plays that actually is holding this team back. And I feel like next year, with all the returners we got coming back, it's going to be a great team.
Coach, is it dangerous in some ways to get off to a 16-point lead in the opening match?
Never, ever, ever, ever. Give me that every time. I mean, we're just going to start 16-0. What was the time at that time?
3.5.
Every time if someone says, "Look, we're going to go to 12:30 and you get to be up 16-0," give it to me right now. Matter of fact, we'll give you the ball twice. So no, and we were up 22-7. You know what? We had all the momentum in the world, and I took a gamble. 22-7, I took a gamble, and there's going to be a lot of people say you should have took the gamble, and it just one of them things, and almost didn't do it, but I did it. And it gave them a short field, and they got it and scored. And still, we went up. Great drive. I mean, Travis made plays, Mike made plays, and couldn't be prouder of those kids. And to answer in a reverse and go up 29-14, and then, like Ben said, they come out and run a reverse. And great call by them, great execution, and Ben's just being aggressive. Ben's had a great year, and he's been a great tackler for us and a great player. And I'm gonna. Yeah, it's difficult to swallow, but I'm going to win a playoff game. It's going to happen, and you're sitting in something that's going to help us win this stuff. Recruiting wise, just going to keep getting better and better. And I'm going to look back on this season fondly. Yeah, they beat us, but guess what? We beat them too. We broke even, and we don't get to play on, but that time's coming. We are going to play on. It will happen. I got a really good football team coming back next year. I just hate it for the seniors. It's like I told Doe, this is their last shot at it. Jerry Partridge and the rest of these underclassmen are going to get another shot at it.